The president of Yoruba Youth Council as an umbrella body that we've been championing since more than 2 years. So I remain as Eric Oluwole. So from my side,
yeah, I'm Comrade.
The organization, you didn't mention the organization.
Yoruba Youth Community Policing.
Are we? Thank you.
So my name is Ade Amaduale. I represent the Afenifere Youth.
My name is El-Rufai. I represent, I'm one of the Congress youth of the Yoruba.
All right, let me start the message. Being the test of the press conference delivered by the Youth Awake Now, Yan, Southwest Region, organized by the Yoruba Youth Council National Body in conjunction with other Yoruba youth organizations beside me here, stakeholders in the Southwest Region on Nigeria on Monday, today, 13th February 2023. Judgment of the press. Our subject is 2023, a clear and dangerous signal and a stand against violence and war. Youth Awake Now, Yan, is a body that embraces youth organizations in Nigeria. It was launched recently in Abuja with a very good plan towards the future of Nigerian youth. It comprises Arewa youth, Ohaneze, Yoruba, NANS, even the National Council of Nigeria, and among others. We have observed the developments of Nigeria ahead of the 2023 elections. There's a cash crunch, rising violence, increasing poverty, and a dangerous slip into ethnic violence. When this happens, the youth are not just the weapon that will be used. They are also direct victims of violence. After extensive meetings and engagements across the Nigeria and the Southwest, we have come out with a mass-based plan to mobilize Nigerians against violence. Before, during, and after the election, below are some of the key decisions taken by the Youth Awake Now and the Yoruba Youth Council, which we wish to share with the media today. 1. We, the Yoruba Council National Body, in conjunction with other Yoruba youth organizations present here and the other stakeholders in the Southwest regions of Nigeria, hereby resolve to endorse Youth Awake Now. The Youth Awake Now is a group and it's a platform on its own, which is a non-profit critical platform for the Nigerian youth to speak with one voice, irrespective of our socio-economic, ethnic, religions, or political backgrounds, and finally secure our future from the case of neglect, promises, and failure by the political leaders. 2. We fully adopt the aspiration of Yan, that's Youth Awake Now, which has brought together over 170 million Nigerian youth under the auspices of the Apex youth organizations, youth leaders, and social media influencers of diverse ethnic, political, and religious backgrounds behind the noble ideas of working towards rebuilding Nigeria into a country where love, justice, harmony, and peace shall reign for all indiscriminately. This then calls for a new platform to foster open communication and ignite the much needed dialogues to entrench accountability with all the presidential candidates in the February 2023 presidential election and ask them about their plans for the youth. 3. We also agree that Nigerian youths have constantly been at the receiving ends of policies made by regimes and administrations that have never governed a country, and thus they have repeatedly been denied several opportunities to employ their youthful potentials for their own advancement and to the overall benefit of the motherland. Thus, the need now to truly engage the manifestos of the presidential candidates for proper scrutiny to enable the well-informed youth who constitute the largest number of Nigerian electorate cast the ballots for the candidate of their choice through a permanent voter card. That's PVC. Number 4, in pursuit of the above and other objectives of Nyan, that's Youth Awake Now, which are all enabling, we hereby ask all the youth organization structures in the Southwest, all the Yoruba youth organization structure in the Southwest, to start campaigning about the new Youth Awake Now Nyan platform towards development of Nigeria youths who are being increasingly sidelined by the one-sided and unjust political system. Number 5, this further accentuated by the fact that ahead of 2023 elections, the youth leaders in Southwest are getting concerned about the building momentum, the lingering crisis over the biting scarcity of new Naira notes and fuel, the bottled-up anger and the threat of violence being unleashed over the frustration being experienced. The youth cannot continue with these hardships in our region. Number 6, we feel saddened by the prevailing conditions in which Nigeria generally in recent weeks have been forced, compiling to do so by the one artificially induced scarcity of physical cash due to the hasty and untidy implementation of the currency design, currency swap, and cashless policy by the Central Bank of Nigeria as approved by the federal government. Number 7, these conditions aggravated by the worsening fuel scarcity across the country with its adverse consequences, which literally have grown the socio-economic activities of our people, making living in Nigeria now difficult and almost unbearable. Number 8, therefore, we call on the federal government to order the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation Limited to immediately clear all the bottlenecks around the petroleum supply chain within Nigeria with military dispatch and ensure the urgent normalization of the supply chain through which petroleum products accompany elections. This is to ensure that Nigeria gets our next president, a compassionate leader who will genuinely identify with the popular aspirations of our people across the land. In their long-standing yearning to rebuild Nigeria, no, it's correct. Number 8. Sorry, number 8. Also call on President Muhammadu Buhari to order CBN to reassure the old notes, in large quantity back to Nigerian economy to bridge the gap, while substantially releasing the new notes also constantly for weeks into economy in accordance with the advice of the Council of State. Number 10. We believe that if implemented as stressed in the last 2 points concerning the twin problems of scarcity of fuel and physical cash, normalities will return speedily to the Nigerian economy, while governments will have succeeded in averting timely any threat to the successful conduct of of the February 25th 20 presidential election and all the other accompanying scheduled elections. Number 11. Also, with the youth stakeholders in the southwest region of our country, Nigeria agreed to use our various structures to mobilize for Nyan, that's Youth Awake Now, at the grassroots from local government to local government throughout our region. This will ensure that all the youth in the region, in the southwest region, like their counterparts in the other 5 regions of our country, rally around all the programs and activities of Nyan, which we strongly believe are enabling as they will help to build a new Nigeria where no one will oppress or suffer any injustice or discrimination based on his or her language, belief, or any other empirical considerations any longer. Number 12. As a most viable means of achieving the above objectives, which harmonize with the ideas of Yoruba Youth Council as Yoruba Youth Umbrella Body and Yoruba Youth Organization and stakeholders, some of which are signatories to this communique. Yoruba Youth in alliance with Nyan. We are alliance with Youth Awake Now, and we have decided to vote for good leadership in the coming February 25th presidential election and all the scheduled accompanying elections. This to ensure that Nigeria gets as a next president a compassionate leader who will genuinely identify with the popular aspiration of our people across the land, in their long-standing yearning to rebuild Nigeria into a nation state that takes care of the composite groups and individual discriminately, where justice and the basis of peace shall prevail. We pray Nigeria shall rise again. Thank you all.
And it's made based on individual views. If you look at the way things have gone in the last few months, you see that even Pa Adebanjo has clearly stated it in his comments that these are his personal comments. For Nigeria as a country, that we don't have any other country to go to really, or hone, let me say, we have other countries to go to, but that we hone, we the youth, that constitutes the largest population of Nigeria, we, so to say, we would say our decisions are critical at every level, at every sector and all that. So whatever we say or whatever we do, positively or negatively, will impact Nigeria seriously. So because of that, we know that we don't have any other country. And as we grow old into a great nation that will be, fantastic for our children and generations to come. So that's why we are taking the position that violence is not allowed at any level. So whichever comment comes from any angle is, should be attributed to that individual. So we are standing for no violence, peaceful nation, great nation, good leadership, and, good Nigeria for everybody. That's where we stand. Thank you.
Question on the Labour Party, attack on the Labour Party supporters.
Okay, well,
do you condemn the action? What's your position?
No, we condemn the action because we believe that the campaign is supposed to be free to all, not that maybe somebody has any party will be attacking another party. So we really condemn that. This is supposed to be happen as at this time, so we really condemn that. Any other question?
Yeah, my question is this. In your speech,
okay.
I see that you said this body will try to interrogate the manifestos of presidential candidates who are on the field.
Okay.
Based on that, can I ask if you have done that and have you arrived at a particular candidate that you want the youth of this country to vote for?
Okay, all right. We met recently in Abuja. This youth are weak now, and we have a document we call the demand of charter. That means charter of demand to all the presidential aspirants, and eventually we send those documents to all the presidential candidates across board. So, and we're expecting their reply. And for now, we don't have any candidates in mind to support, because the Yan were not ready to support anybody for now until they get back to us and they will look at that document. Okay, this document we prepare for them for the next generation, because we don't need violence. We want to continue in peace in this country and want a good leadership from the youth. So this is what we need from them. So we are expecting the reply from them before we can decide whosoever we want to endorse. Thank you.
As a follow-up to that, we have just about 12 days
to
the election. Don't you think you will not have enough time to mobilize the youth for the candidates you are going to endorse if you do not do it now and let the world know that this is the candidate you are endorsing?
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just try to reveal one or two points here as part of our resolution in Abuja. The endorsement might come overnight, even before the election time. But let me just release this, that before now, we have been trying to mobilize our youth across the board. From Arewa, within the north, 19 other states, have been working powerfully with all the youth stakeholders. And likewise, that's why we want to do the same thing in Southwest here. So we are, as we are looking at, in the front here, we have some other youth organizations beside me here. So they get the message, because before now we met, and we are trying to, mobilize our people within the Southwest, from Ondo, Akure, all of them, the Oyo. Now this is the message we get back to them. Immediately we receive the document from presidential candidates. But if unable for them to send those documents, then we still decide on what next to do. So before then, I think our press and media in the country will get the message. Thank you.
On the issue of the CBN policy.
Sorry, if I can add to that. But now I thought that you may have somebody in mind already because they are charter of demand.
Okay.
You know, politicians. All of them will come back with the same message.
Okay.
You know, approving all what you asked. Some people will say, okay, we engage in gender, sensitivity, diversity, and the rest of it. That's their language. So if all of them come back with similar expectations,
okay.
What will you like?
Well, when we get to that bridge, you know how to cross it.
Okay.
All right, sir. Is there a way you can curb violence? Because we find out that most times it is the youth that they use in violence. Have you been able to ensure that your youth, our youth, don't partake in all of this violence?
Okay. Now, as we're living here now, we have a plan to meet all the party youth leaders. You know, if we're unable to use the social cultural youth, I think the party leaders have their own right also to use maybe something like a talk, you know. But we can't. We believe that we will not be able to achieve this project 100%. But we are moving towards that. So after this meeting, we have planned to meet with other party youth leaders, talk to them, orientate them. Then they should think, about their life, not about the presidential candidate they are working for, because the difference between presidential candidates and their youth's future, what they want to pursue for the country. So our plan is that by the time we're going to meet them in a short while now, we're going to talk to them. Then we start campaigning. We don't need violence. Even before and after the election, we don't need violence. And let me just send this kind of a signal. We don't know yet. Maybe there will still be an election on that 25th. I'm not releasing that messages. I don't have that secret message. But I'm just telling us that because of these fuel crises and because of these Naira notes and because of these other things that are happening now, are you expecting somebody, an elderly person, to leave his house? Maybe he wants to go and vote in very distant area and start trekking without money. So what we are calling on, now, we are trying to send a message to CBN that please release money to the people. Especially even the old men, even the new note, release to the people so that people can use their money to go to the distance and vote for their right candidate. Thank you. Please, any question?
Yes, still on this CBN website for Naira policy. Nigerians are continuing to suffer a lot.
Okay.
Just like you mentioned, the crash
can take questions.
Some most banks have even closed up as a matter of fact. The question I want to ask is, many analysts are actually calling for the sacking of the CBN governor. What's your take on that? Based on the fact that the CBN policy has actually failed in all these parameters, and considering the fact that, as I said, on Friday after the Council of States meeting, the CBN governor said that they don't have the capacity to print the Naira notes. So, what's your take? Are you in support of the sacking of the CBN governor at this point in time?
Okay, thank you very much. Where we stand actually is that for every event, we also look at what the preceding event. You know, after the meeting, it was decided by leaders of the party and people in government that Mr. President will take a stand. He has to take a stand. So if we are saying sack him now, is as good as we are going before Mr. President. We are not, happy about the situation though, but all we want to hear is whatever decision they take. If they sack him and it's coming from Mr. President, all well and good. And if it doesn't come, like our apex leader said here, what we want to see is we're on the side of the masses. We're not talking for government now. We want to see that things are normalized, whichever way they want to do it. Like they say it in organizations, do it anyhow you want to do it, just get results. We want to see results. We want to see that the people are happy. We want to see that the youth are happy and they can move around. We want to see normalization. We want to see progress. Like my leader said here, for the election, we are not saying that the election will not hold or it will hold. But there are things that will make it, make things easy for people. People are in Lagos now, they will still move to other states to vote. A lot of people who live in Lagos don't vote in Lagos. And they still want to vote, they have to move. So all of these things are, criteria for things to to work. So whichever way they want to treat it amongst themselves is fine by us. If they sack him, fine. If they don't, fine by us. We want to see Naira redistributed in the economy. That's where we stand.
The next thing that made a statement earlier on that has to do with the fact that there are palpable fears that this election might not hold based on the signals that we are receiving.
It's because of this current...
Exactly. What happens if the election does not hold?
Well, we can't kill ourselves. All we need is just to reconvene again and talk about the state of Nigeria and see how we can be able to provide the solution.